Again, only I am being recorded, and I love to see all of your faces here participating and circling up. Yay. All right, let's dive in. First of all, why did I want to create this masterclass about powering up our vision with sex magic? Such a juicy topic. We're all like here to learn and to elaborate on this amazing topic. Is of course, I offer myself on the altar first and foremost. Is I almost hit a little burnout, honestly, this year because of like just the pressure of how we're operating in life. And there's so much to do in a business. I'm also a busy mama with a 12-year-old who's in middle school, navigating all that stuff. I am married. We have a big land here, hosting festivals and events and all that stuff. So it's like, how do you balance it all while being a goddess, maintaining this like really high vibe? Like you know, sometimes I wish I can just pack up my life and do like some van life of like, say goodbye and take some like, a gypsy trip somewhere. But how do you balance it all? So, and the answer to this and the magic in this was for me was sex magic. Is like, how do I stay in my body, in sensuality, in feeling, the energy, the tantric energy, especially, that is like so multi-dimensional, doesn't just live in our yonis, but it's like we can have heart orgasms, we can have crown orgasms, ear orgasms, right? Body, mind, heart, all of that. So how can I bring that into business, and have an abundant life that feels really yummy with this energy? So that was the answer to me was like, okay, what do I need? And I was operating a lot in the mind. And the mind has great ideas. It's very creative, but sometimes when it takes over and it starts to overanalyze and overplan and overdo, my body took a hit, my adrenals took a hit, and I was like, whoa, what do I need? I need to come back into my body, into my yumminess, into the juiciness. And honestly, it's been a summer of adventures, of expansion, of meeting so many new communities, hundreds and hundreds of new people. So I'm finally feeling this like yummy energy in my body. And I love this time of fall, this time of magic is in the air. We had Samian this whole like 2 weeks. There's a lunar Samian and then the solar Samian, and we have the 2 week journey that closes on tomorrow, actually. So we're in the eclipse season, the Hallows Eve, Dia de los Muertos. It's very, very powerful shamanic time to create. And I love this time around the wheel of life, the pagan wheel of the cyclical wisdom too, that the energy from summer being out and about goes, okay, you're back into that genie's lamp, and it's like, what do you want to create with this energy now? So that's what I want to go into today, is harvesting some of that. Because very often in life we just go outwards, because all of our senses are directed outwards. We're listening, we're looking, we are touching, we're feeling, and a lot of it is out, out, out. And in our culture, the masculine, trained culture, there's not a lot of going inwards that is actually celebrated. A lot of it is what's next, what have you done, where are you going? And it's like all this energy can be great and amazing and motivating, but too much of it is like, eh. So for today, I want to invite us to go inwards and quest into the juicy feminine energy, actually, and see what happened, the summer. Where have you been? Where have we all been? So that's about me. For those of you who are meeting me for the first time, I love seeing familiar faces here. And a lot of you have worked with me and danced and navigated in many different realms. I love seeing sisters like Anne Laure, who's here, who supported me. And I feel like you've been, a lot of times you've been mentoring me and vice versa. So a lot of times right now, I think in these feminine circular spaces, we are seeing each other as really powerful queens. And it's not like who is leading who. It's like we are tapping into the innate wisdom that's already there. And like Ram Dass says it best, we're simply walking each other home. We're here to remind each other who we are, and sometimes you lead and you remind me of who I am, and vice versa. Alona is another powerful queen on the call here who's gifting the world with her sound vibrations. There are really powerful women here on this call, you know? So all of it is magic. So right now, I think even the feminine leadership, we just had a feminine leadership event a couple of weeks ago. And I find the model of feminine leadership is switching, is no longer like this pyramid hierarchy um, equation. It's very cyclical. It's very much cyclical and collaborative of what's your essence, what's your magic, and how can we all, contribute to that. So very, very different models that we're inviting now into conscious creations, conscious leadership. So that's pretty much what I'm here right now. And just for some of you, um, let us know maybe in the chat. We'll be using the chat as, means to communicate. Because sometimes when we're sitting on this call, is like, is there anybody home? Is there anybody else here? So why are you here? What is alive for you right now? Why are you on this call? What made you join and take the time out of your day, out of your week to be with us? What are you bringing into the room? So just share with us, why are you here? What's alive for you? Mm, mm. All right. So, for those of you who are new to the space, welcome. Take a big exhale, relax into your comfortable seat. I want to introduce myself. I'm first of all a mama on a mission, and I get stoked about how can we actually balance all those things. How can we be, wives, mothers, partners, goddesses on missions in this world, and also really powerful businesswomen, creatrixes, like really creating and weaving this amazing new earth together. So I'm really stoked about, shape shifting into different realms, using archetypes, using different energetics, and shape shifting into different forms of who we are. Um, I'm the creatrix of the embodied feminine. That's going to be turning 4 years actually this year, later in the spring, later this next year in the spring. So we're coming on a 4 year cycle. Really excited about that. And it's really a space for women to remember again their power, remember who they are, tap into their womb wisdom, their cyclical or cyclical wisdom, and return to a cyclical calendar, pagan weaving, pagan living, which is a lot more simpler and softer on our nervous system. So that's my mission, is to how can we create in these cycles, while also like honoring our bodies. And I've been on a personal development road for almost 20 years now. I started when I was 21 with became a head coach in landmark education. And at the age of like 21, I started. By the age of 23, I had I was coaching hundreds of people in that program how to create projects and, powerful things that really inspire them. So very early on, coaching was a big part of my life. And I'm in love with coaching. I love it so, so much that I've seen tremendous things happen. And right now, I feel that the energy is shifting from mindset. Mindset is wonderful. Do not throw that out. Okay, mindset is wonderful. Having dreams is really powerful because that future motivates us going forward. That's what we're going to be doing today as well. But also, I feel like the energy is shifting massively in the last couple of years, and even more than ever into the somatic experiences. Who are we in this cellular body? Does it real have we embodied those principles and inspirations or not? So embodiment goes hand in hand with um, mindset right now. So it's both together. And that's what I'm really, really stoked about. Let me just tell you, for some of you who are a little more organized brains and you want to know how is this class going to unfold, because we've got about 75 minutes together and I want to make the best of your time and my time count. So I broke it down in three parts. And the first piece is going to be embodiment and sex magic. I know we consume a lot of information on the East Coast. You are already in your, the afternoon of your day. West Coast, we're waking up here. It's our morning time. But I want to bring in the somatic experience and the embodiment practice for you today. So breathing, moving into our bodies, and waking up that sexy, sensual energy first. Okay, I want to start with that. The second piece is we're going to utilize the energy of the fall of Samian. And this means the day of the harvest, harvesting your summer, harvesting what happened to you in the summer. Like, I mean, it's been a long, eventful summer for myself. And I know for the women who are in my life too. It's been very eventful. So we're going to go into journaling. So have your journal ready. And we're going to harvest some of those things like, where are you now? And we're going to dream into the future. So knowing where we're going, there's still 60 days left to the end of the year. And very often we can, overestimate what we can do in a month, but we underestimate what we can do in a year. So when we're thinking long-term vision, tapping into that crone energy that we're in right now, wise woman energy, and also the queen energy, thinking long term, not just what can I do in the day? What can I do today? Or what can I do this month or this week? Like, no, growth over a lifetime. So, really, if anything, in this piece, I would love for us to get excited with the process, fall in love with the process, fall in love with becoming. I've been obsessed with this word becoming the last couple of years. Like, if you look back into who you were 5 years ago and who you are right now. So let's really milk and, like, harvest the juices of who you are, how far you've grown. So it's one of my favorite pieces. And very often, again, in the masculine trained mind and masculine trained world, we sweep that under the rug. And very often we are just focusing on what's left. Where is the gap? Let's, get it in gear and keep working at it. But in the feminine energetics, it's like we want to also harvest, how far you've come, how did you grow, what did you learn. So the second piece of this class is going to be all about that, so get ready. And then we're going to get juiced up into what's next, like where is that piece of, maybe the next 60 days, or what's left here for you. Sometimes we very often I see it as a leaky container in our life or your business. I'm going to read some of your comments of why are you here, what are you bringing into the room, in a little bit. But also, like, see, sometimes it's seeing like, where's the leak in your container, you know what's missing. Sometimes it's a tiny little 20%, it's a little tiny bit. So seeing, you know what's left here. And then I'm going to share with you also the opportunity of what am I creating right now, what is the container that's calling me to hold space, for myself and for some sisters, and share the work that I do with you. So that's going to be the third piece in here. All right. All right. All right. Let me read some of your comments here. Why are you here? Why are we here? What are we doing today? All right. Hello, everybody. I'm back in Italy, and the connection is not so good. Okay. I have to turn off the camera. Sorry. And I'm here with openness and joy. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for bringing openness and joy. So good. Linda is saying, I want to learn more about sex magic and how can I manifest and create the life I want. Beautiful, Linda. You are in the right space. Yes. All right. Um, Sex magic, also curious about sex magic. Yes. Um, Emily is saying there's so much creative energy alive in me, and I'm working with channeling that now, organizing that, and remaining in the positive mindset to take one step in front of the other. Aho, beautiful. Thank you. Dita, I would prefer to talk and not type. I'm here to connect and feel into the sex magic. All right. Yes. And I love the vibration of your voice too. We'll have an opportunity to also share throughout these, like, pieces that we'll be doing. So you will have an opportunity to speak, to share. And yeah, I love the mastermind energies because the definition of a mastermind actually is when we're pouring all these energies that come together, create another energy, a third energy, which is called the mastermind energy. So I find it's very feminine, uber feminine, because feminine energies are cyclical. And we are combining these, like, magical gifts, essences of who we are, superpowers, and together we are unstoppable. So that's the power of the feminine. Absolutely. All right, let's take a few deep breaths. Move into our physical bodies. Take a few breaths to exhale and feel into your body, your belly, your breath. As you're exhaling, exhale any thoughts, anything that's on your mind, any expectations. And breathing it all out. Mm. Every exhalation, removing and releasing what doesn't serve. And with every inhale, becoming more and more present to your body. Allow every exhalation to empty you out, and every inhalation to bring you more and more present. And imagine this energy going out, kind of like an infinity sign. Breathing in and emptying out. Breathing out. Allowing the expansion, the contraction. Mhm. And feel into the space, into your own space. Into your body. Maybe there is spaciousness. Maybe there's a little bit of tightness somewhere in your body. And that's okay. Can you just observe that? Can you create space for all of that? And as powerful women, we can hold that space. So before we go into the somatic practice, I would like you to notice, what is it like to be in your mind? And when we talk about creating, is that space of the mind that sometimes is a little hard on ourselves. Might feel a little stressful or putting any pressure. And we're going to switch that up, but I don't want you just to throw it out. we're going to bring that also into the somatic practice and moving through that. And then with sex magic, that sexual, sensual energy is very much part of manifestation. It's that creative energy that created literally us being here in a human body, creates a baby. It's that life force energy that juices us up. It lives in our womb, our pelvis, and it's the color is orange, and it's the chakra of creativity. So, can you allow that fire to be sparked right now? Imagine as if we're all lighting a candle together, and that fire can be very soft, mellow to begin with. Maybe for some of you, can feel that fire alive and quite big and with lots of movement. Just feel that warm space in your womb alive and just warming up your own body. Very often, when we think about sensuality, sexuality, we'll think about the partner or another person who we can experience this with. In Tantra and sex magic, we learn how to use that energy with ourselves first. And yes, you can start moving your body a little bit, maybe a little bit of cyclical movement in your pelvis. And that energy can also have this shape of the infinity sign of giving and receiving. And today we're directing this energy into why you're here, into harvesting the season and creating and bringing that energy into your dreams, things you want to do. This is life force energy. So, what are you dedicating it towards? It's very much about receiving and giving. There's a beautiful aspect of masculine and feminine energy here. So, just like in life, we can give and receive with our dreams. We can also give and receive. And sometimes we're too much in the giving and going energy and not enough in like, I trust, I surrender. I trust this energy so much. I trust life so much. Can you just exhale and relax and receive, knowing that it's coming? All is already here. Some of it is already here, and there's more available. So we'll play with this energy of sensuality, sex magic. And I will invite, as I play the music, I'm going to invite you to move. So have a space in your room where you can stand up or crawl, maybe starting on all fours or standing up eventually. And with the first song that I'm going to play is I want you to honor everything that's here. Very often in life, we're taught to, especially in this, light workers spaces, we're taught to only praise the positive. And we're like, oh, don't think about the negative. Don't even say it. Cancel, delete. So I actually want us to feel whatever we're feeling. Maybe there is constriction in our bodies. Maybe sometimes there is a tiny bit of fear. Can we also hold space for that fear as an aspect of ourselves? For our little girl, sometimes that is freaked out by the massive, amazing things that she's creating in the world. My little girl freaks out once in a while, like, whoa, it's a little scary to be out there, sharing your heart, sharing your magic, not covering it all up, not protecting yourself. So expanding and holding that space, whatever arises, or from old stories. So with the first song, feel like you are exploring the foundation, the ground. And maybe there is dirt, maybe there is discomfort, maybe there is constriction. Maybe it can feel like a texture on your body or around you that's tangly, that's sharp or uncomfortable in some way. And I'd like you to feel that for a moment of like honoring that. And then we'll move through that as well. Give it space. This is the time where the veil is thin and we have the ability to quest into the shadows, the uncomfortable places. We can see them, look at them, not fear them, not run away. Be like, oh my God, I got to hop off this call. I can't hold. you know, yeah, hold space for it all because you are a shapeshifter as well. And then we'll move into moving through this energy into the somatic body and bringing the sensuality, bringing an erotic side, an erotic expression to how to transmute that and alchemize that. Because that tantric energy is very alchemizing. All right, my loves. So, is there any questions before we go into the practice? Okay, I'm going to be here for a few minutes. I'll take you into the whole practice of in and out. And the only request I have, stay on the ride. Don't get off before things get uncomfortable. Just keep breathing. Use your breath a lot. Okay. So utilizing a little more of that active breath work, maybe even breathing in through your mouth, breathing out through your mouth, all the way to your belly, chest, belly, chest. And I'll remind you to feel your entire body. All right, loves. Here we go. Let me know if you can hear the music. I'll share my sound with you in a moment. And I want you to stand up or be on your fours, tabletop. Hear the music? Thumbs up. Yeah, right. Find your breath. Find your find
your eyes press in and feel the sound, sound. Notice what is present. And if there's any tightness or constriction or fear, curious about it for a moment.
I feel the sun on my face. I hear a song on the wind. I walk in the light and the grace.
Then
I see the beauty within. I release the pain on the way. I embrace the rain on my body. I know
I'll
the
get it
time and the place. Stand on the earth is spinning in space. I feel the sun on
here.
my face. I hear a song on the wind. I walk in the light and the grace.
Bird
I see the
that
beauty within. I
cultivated
release the
offspring.
pain on the
Well,
way. I embrace the rain on my
well,
body. I know the time and the place. Stand on the earth
honor
is
that for a
spinning in space.
for first one. Later, conscious aspect of all these aspects, all its parts. Just move with that. So can it move a little bit? How is steps moving in your body? Like to be loud as you observe like your root connected to your family lineage, your upbringing,
I feel the sun on my face. I hear a song on the wind. I walk in the light and the grace. I
or
see
the
the
deep and
beauty
not even
within.
word,
I release the pain on the way. I embrace
right?
the rain on my body. I
Your
know the
future,
time and the
past,
place. Stand on the earth is spinning in space.
these parts, present. The feeling that your feet stand on top of that as your floor, as your stepping stone, as the queen that you're rising above all of that, arrived despite all the circumstances where you could have fallen apart, broke down, you are still here. And visualize yourself stepping over all of these liberties, all these experiences, emotions, and fear, rising above that like a stepping stone. Breathing into it. I'll invite you to take a step forward in your space. When you are ready or rising above as a stepping stone, as you have arrived, you have risen above it. And with the next song,
I'll invite you to move, to liberate yourself from it, dusting it away,
First page beginning, the next recollection.
layers off of you. Maybe it's cutting the roots, chopping. Get your warrior goddess out. Moving the energy of water, that Amazon, jungle queen that knows a way out. And to heal them off. All the stuff that does not belong to you, different aspects from childhood, conditioning, let them go. Imagine the vacuum cleaner that appears from space, maybe sword that drops down, heaven, stopping the way, cutting all that stuff out of the way. With many years liberating, moving, moving the water, always breathing, always breathing. Get to move that energy to the pelvis, the creative chakra, bowing. That story of moving, alchemizing it with erotic energy. Very often we're taught that sensuality should be always smiling and pleasant. And tantric sexuality can bring us to tears. Can bring out the ferocious goddess in us. We can experience rage, strength, boundaries. Your strength is sexy. In and out through your mouth. Pumping this energy some more in your heart. Waking up your body. All the way to your heart. Beautiful, everyone. Amazing. All right. And one more song here for you. I'd like you to place your hands somewhere on your womb. A little triangle or heart with your hands, where the thumbs land, the belly button, hugging your womb. Closing your eyes and gently feeling that your prayer, your intention, your dream, your desire right now is landing
Right there, your womb space. Planting seeds, and there's an abundance of support. Entire womb space is so supportive. Feel that this vision is landing as it's always here, resting and knowing that the womb space sometimes we can see her as a palace, inviting the vision from sky, from heaven, from the universe, knowing that it's landing here in the palace, so you can hold it, you can brew it, and inviting another visual space where it's like a pyramid now, covering your entire body from the crown of the head and the landing on the earth, that your vision is here, whatever it is that you're falling in, surrounding your body, in your life, in your room, work, in your home, that's with your entire body, your heart, your mind, body, physical body that is here. Feel the space. Now I'll invite us simply to hold the space for that vision being possible. It is already here. Notice how fast we are to run away from the space sometimes. The moment we feel it, stop, and we simply back holding it, back in it, right here in the body, right now. Yourself, ecstasy, and joy, and ready and humble, in abundance, dancing, swirling in this vision. Maybe noticing some of the tools, crystals, beautiful cards, whatever lights you up is here with you. All right, loves. Let's take a few breaths into this one more time. Yes, it's here. Amazing. And I'd love to use a little bit of NLP here, is choose maybe a part of your body. It can be a finger where you can massage and anchor this memory into your physical body. Like, yes, it's here. Breathe that somatic experience in, lock it in. See yourself, visualize yourself, your posture, the expression on your face.
all that energy that's buzzing through your heart, your yoni, your mind, anything that's around you that's also part of that vision, your tools, the beautiful humans or power animals that are in there with you. Amazing. Practice. This is our biggest practice sometimes is holding that vision, holding that space, practicing, holding that for longer. Amazing. And so it is, my loves. Yummy. All right, let's come back into the room and let us know in the chat. How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now? Tapping into utilizing that erotic energy to manifest our dreams, our lives, that they're actually not separate, they're very intertwined. Yum, yum, yum. At home, in my body, everything is more clear in these moments. Yes. Feeling aroused and sensual. Yes, Queen. Thank you. Can we get turned on with our dreams, our bodies? Yes. That's sex magic. That's what the sex shamans do. They take this life force energy and they fuse it with our intentions, our desires, our dreams. So sexuality is not separate from our material realms, is utilizing these two to merge. We can make babies, we can make orgasms, and we can also combine these elements to really manifest. And some of my mentors, Kamala Devi, they've manifested incredible lives, incredible things, really powerful lives. We can manifest a lot of things. It's been part of my life, and I love sharing this with you too. Relaxed, relaxed. Yes, feeling relaxed. Beautiful. So that's the part where um, I love us to continue to create from this energy of relaxation, of the body that's nurtured, that's aroused, that's empowered. It's like relaxed and aware at the same time, right? It's like our nervous system is relaxed, our perception is more open, our senses are more awake. So let's utilize this energy to move into the next piece of this class for today. And we are moving into the energy of harvest. So harvesting, very often again, when we are creating, we look very often and we measure our results of what's missing. So very often if we have an objective for the month or the year, let's say you're manifesting, I don't know, 10K months, or you're manifesting your dream life partner, or you are manifesting, stress-free life that, you're mastering your time, your schedules, let's say, that feels really harmonious. And very often we measure our results from the gap of what's missing. Oh, I'm still $4,000 short to my goal. Dang. Right? I met a whole bunch of beautiful humans this summer, but it's not my life partner yet. We're not getting married yet, or we're not creating babies yet. Oh, that's not there yet. So we're in the gap, right? Or, oh, my schedule still feels stressful, although I hired, an assistant, or, I got a housekeeper and my schedule is still not free. So we're in the gap of how far I need to go. And a lot of us who are entrepreneurs very often are so hard on ourselves. Statistically speaking, entrepreneurs who are actually brilliant, creative, driven are the hardest people to be on ourselves. It's so hard because we measure from that place of what's missing. So today I want to rewire that for us and actually turn your head and look into the rear mirror a little bit and look at how far you've come. Because that's how you're going to measure is looking back and seeing where were you, 2 years ago or a year ago. And actually, what have you gained? Not what's missing. Because very often these ideas are like, yeah, they're great, but sometimes they're like, almost like not so realistic. Like, that's great if you hit that goal. But what happens if you don't? If you came like 80% to it? Most of people don't even do that. Like, statistically, there's only like less than 10% of people who even set dreams and goals. You are already probably in that category of that very little percentage of people who dream big, who dare to do that. Fall in love with the process. One of my coaches right now, he's coaching me on like, how many times can you fail? How much can you fail is the name of the game. Like, whoa, measuring from there. Sarah Blakely, another incredible powerhouse. If you don't know her yet, look her up. She's one of the first billionaires, the creatrix of Spanx. And her dad at the dinner table used to ask her and the other kids, what did you fail at today? How did how did you fail today? I called 10 people and I got like, I don't know, 6 no's. Great. you know? So that creates that muscle of resilience and celebrating our wins. So right now I want to take you on a little journey of just harvesting. And the timeline, again, as shamans, we take a timeline. And right now the timeline that was coming to me yesterday and today as I was prepping up for it is summertime. So I know it's been a very eventful season for a lot of us. So let's take from like June, let's say like summer solstice onwards. Maybe it's been a little longer for us, like myself. Just closing that summer loop here. Maybe I'm on the West Coast, so it feels a little longer. But I'll play some music for you, and I'd love for you to journal. So just pick up your pen, paper, and you'll begin to journal about the events that happen. Where have you gone? What have you seen? Where did you invest your time, your money, your energy? Maybe some of your relationships, okay, connections. And I would love for you to write all of that. Just dump it. Dump it on that piece of paper, the good, the bad, the ugly. Just go for it. Okay. Don't judge it. Right now, I'm taking you through the whole process of step one is just like as if you were very neutral, scanning through it of where have you invested your time, your money, your body, your yoni, your sensual sexual energy as well. Okay. In the last, yeah, since June on. All right. And you can underline some of the experiences that stand out for you, that are a little stronger. And you're like, oh, I forgot that one. That was a big one. including transitions. Maybe somebody transitioned. I know a lot of us have been in transitional spaces, maybe losing someone important in your community, in your life, moving spaces, places, transitions in our businesses. Maybe you've said no to something. As you're doing it, I'm going to encourage you to breathe through it. Juicy breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, because some of these experiences can bring a little density in. Another question is, how did you grow? What are some of the lessons that you can extract from this time? I decided to have so much fun this summer. That was outrageous. My mind was like, whoa. That was a very conscious decision. I'm going to bring some more play into my life this summer. I'm going to bring some of that juicy energy, sensuality, play, connections into my life. Again, underline anything that feels stronger for you, or that might have, you might want to unpack later and journal on it later. Also underline it, put a little star next to it so you can come back. Again, we're doing a little quicker version today. This is a process we usually go for longer. From June on, yeah, so June, summer solstice, July, August, September, October. How did you grow? What did you experience? Also, what were the spaces that you said, like, fuck no, I'm not going to do that anymore? So we're not just coloring it all rainbow, like, what were some hardships, some hard decisions that you had to take? To honor yourself, maybe to put a boundary somewhere. Keep breathing again. I'm encouraging you to breathe all the way into your belly and out. You can breathe like a spiral of reviewing it on a timeline. And in the last month, too. Keep going. And what decisions did you take? Let's try to bring it to like 70% closer. I know it's a little speed review that we're doing. Let's do one more minute. Keep breathing. What do you want to recognize yourself for, celebrate yourself for? And bringing that to closure. Let me know if you need a little more time or if we can move to the next question. Just give me like a thumb up if you are done. We can move on to the next question. Next question. Okay. Yes. 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 All right. So bring this to closure. Again, if there's anything that you want to revisit in there, just underline it, put a star. I know there's a lot of depth in here that we can go into. Okay, so next question is, so we are shifting gears. And the next question for us here is going to be, knowing what you know now, maybe share one thing that came up for you in the chat. Like, what's the biggest thing that came up for you as this little exercise? What happened? And again, we can celebrate here and hold space for, amazing things of like positive as much as like, whoa, I lost someone and this was really hard on me. So let's see that. What is One thing from this first exercise that is like, whoa, that was a big one. For me, this whole summer, if I can extract it, I was really able to prioritize play, pleasure, and how that feels in my body. So, right now, going into a new season, I want to bring that forward of really trusting my body, tracking how does my body feel in any situation, whether it's like in coaching with my clients, creating something, entering a project, a relationship. My body, is there play? Is there sensuality? Am I being turned on? So, really trusting that my body is guiding me all the time. So, extracting that is really important. Okay, so for the next piece, let's take a breath in. Celebrate this process. And with the next one, and I hope you're really like extracting the pieces, like how did you grow? What can you celebrate yourself for? You are such a badass. Come on, give yourself some grace. Okay. Feel that. And I want to shift directions a little bit right now, coming from this place of fullness, of gratitude, of how much you've gained, how much you've grown. And maybe you looking like if you're hiking, I live up in the mountains here, so all I see is mountaintops. So imagine like you climbed a mountaintop and right now you are in a different place in your life. You see life from a different perspective. You've accumulated certain experiences, growth, knowledge, wisdom in your body, places that like open up your heart. You want to be in that space. And as you look around that mountaintop, I want us to look into where's that area of your life right now that needs your attention. We still have 60 days left till the end of the year. If you can pinpoint utilizing the medicine of the eagle, like really zooming out and seeing it from that mountaintop and being like, what is the area of my life or habit that needs my attention, that I want to pour my focus and attention into, that would make a big difference. If I really poured more attention and energy into it and stay dedicated to this, that will grow some beautiful fruits. I'd like you to identify an area or an aspect of your life. So that's the number 2 question here, is identify an area or an aspect of your life where there's that little imbalance. What do you want to focus on or pour your energy into that higher vision space? And let's create a statement here of like, almost like, imagine that you were calling me in a month from now. You're calling me and you're like, oh my God, Marina, this amazing thing happened. Remember, we just dreamt it a month ago and I said yes to this and it happened. And I feel so good. It juices me up. I'm on fire. I'm jumping up and down. I feel so much joy in my heart and freedom and love. And it's sexy and yummy. What is that feeling? So very often there is like an action of like, oh, I'm gonna, get to my goal of whatever that goal is. Maybe it's a financial goal, maybe it's a relationship goal. But what do you feel after you've accomplished it, after you've reached it? What is the feeling that you're left with? It's probably not about the amount of money that you generated or that handsome, beautiful person that is in your bed. But what are you feeling? So this is like a double question of what is the area, what is the place you want to get to, and then how does this make you feel? And I would love for you to share in the chat that feeling that you're feeling at the end of that. How do you feel at the end of it? I'm just reading some of the comments. Emily, it's so beautiful what you were saying. Yummy. After all the Tantra, the gatherings with the people and the beautiful experiences, it reminded me how to trust and open to all pleasure and the beauty that is here. I let the tunnel vision of how I thought it would look to opening up more of a sunset over the sea. I feel the possibility and realize that so much of what I was feeling the cracks inside of myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your shares. Anybody else? What is present? Like, what is alive? What is the feeling at the end? Let me know if there's any questions, if you need any clarification. Like, one of my core feelings that I'm questing and I want to be more in is freedom. Freedom. I feel completely free, financially free. There's space in my life, freedom from schedules. My schedules feel free. So that feeling at the end of whatever amount in my bank account, whatever quality of, relationships, sexuality, fulfillments, at the end, I want to feel freedom. So that's the core feeling that I'm questing and I want to get into. Do you have one? Let me know if you can identify at least one core feeling. And let me know if there's a question to clarify that. Core feelings. Thank you, Adita. Feeling in the end is that I am free to express myself in all ways. See how that feels in your body. See how this feels in your body, love. Very often we're going for when I get this thing, and then we work so hard on getting this thing that we're not actually it's so juicy. Yes, I can feel the juiciness there. So very often when you get to that core feeling, if you can identify that feeling, I want you to write it down and circle it for yourself. Like, I am free. I am juicy and ecstatic. Yum. I am fulfilled. In French, we have this beautiful word that we use that's so yummy. It's comblé, like whole and complete. Comblé. It's like this beautiful, like a round wine kind of feeling, like comblé. So for today, and I'm gonna also segue into the third piece of sharing with you my juiciness and creativity and what's like, alive for me right now. And what I'm calling in is like, I've been creating these master heart containers for the last 2 years now. And these are the spaces that I truly, truly love and I need for myself, because that's where we get to collaborate, we get to see each other, we get to support, we get to course correct. And a lot of these visions and goals are beautiful, but what I'm realizing, they're not a one-time event. It's not like you create a one-time goal and it's done and done. It takes time, right? Like when you go to the gym and you have an objective, it's like you don't see the results in your first session. In your first session, you're probably going to realize I'm exhausted, I'm out of shape, and I'm not eating well. Right? That's what we realize. So I find it's so much around the environment. Like, who am I with? Who are my peers here with me that are also sweating, that are also dreaming, that are badass witches who are looking in their shadows, and we're all like acknowledging and dancing with it together, midwifing each other, literally. So the environment is what juices me up, and I'm really excited and juiced up to create this container and offer another 60-day journey to support us in our dreams and goals, and course correct if needed with gentleness, with nervous system regulation. Yes, there's a lot of mindset tools that are available and present, and there's also a lot of somatic practices and somatic experiences of really locking and regulating our nervous system to bringing it all together to the ultimate manifestation that it's possible and creating more space, just like you felt that space being expanded, that vision being possible for you. Well, it's practicing holding that vision in our daily lives. Sometimes when we're triggered, when the shit hits the fan, when your client cancels on you or says, no, I can't continue anymore, can you still hold that vision? That no matter what happens, you got this, you know? And what I'm realizing now, it's more like long-term vision. It's who we are becoming. I cannot even imagine who, each of you here will become in the next, year, in the next 5 years. In my next 2 years, I'm going to have a birthday party, and I visualize like a whole tribe of my queens celebrating in Greece with beautiful Greek man feeding us grapes and these like palpas, like just fanning us with like juiciness. And that's my dream. So like dreaming like that, it's not going to happen this year, but it's a dream I have in the next like 2.5 years of absolute goddess queen retreats and celebrations like that, right? So I'm juiced up about the process, and I want to invite you on the journey with me. So what it is the sacred spiral container. Some of you have been in the sacred spiral with me already. Some of you had tried more the previous versions of them, of like 90 days, 30 days containers or private coaching. What the sacred spiral is a cyclical way, a pagan cycle of living. I'll share the link in the chat here with you if you are curious to see it. Some of us are more visual if you want to see things. So I'll drop the link for the sacred spiral so you can also check it out. And I will actually share my screen with you for a minute because it's so juicy. So whether you join or not, It's cool. What I want to plant the seeds with you today is how can you also hold space for your vision to unfold? Like that core feeling that we're tapping into is how can you marinate in that feeling for longer and make it more palpable, more concrete in your life. Every morning, afternoon, night, revisit that feeling more and more. And that's how we grow. You know, everything on the outside, sometimes we see it as like, oh, it just happened. It doesn't just happen, but it happens in increments. One of my favorite quotes, again, from um, Jim Rohn has that quote too of like, it's who you become in the process. Set yourself a goal to become a millionaire for the sake of who you become in the process of becoming it. Right? So let me just share the screen with you. And sorry, we're going over time. I'll take some Q&A at the end. And if you want to share, I'll stay around with you all. But I want to share this with you for a second and go over this because it's so juicy. Thank you for bearing with my tech abilities here. So I'm with you on the screen as well. All right, so there we go. All right, so it's called the sacred spiral, returning to that cyclical living, that you are not made to be linear. You're made to return to a cyclical spiral. And just like we're dreaming and we're visiting of, you know, who you are becoming, it's also looking back of, who is that queen? Who were you a year ago? And where are you going? So it's that experience that we are actually like walking on a spiral. It's not like linear, it's not a place to get to, but you're becoming better and better, like a fine wine, right? Giving yourself. So it's a collective where we dive into nature-based spirituality. So we're building altar, we're creating energetic containers that live in our life, that support our offices. If I am to show you the flip side of the camera here, like my office space literally looks like an altar, right? There's vision boards here. There are all the elements here that support me, my affirmations, all my spiritual tools, as well as mindset tools. We are embracing power and purpose. It's a very purposeful container. You're learning about your nervous system as well as the mind and the heart, right? So we are creating these embodiments, somatic experiences, and training the body to hold more spaces, to hold that vision, to know that it's available, it's possible. There are embodiment practices to regulate that nervous system. We are going to be creating a more crystal vision so you know exactly what that vision is for yourself. Today we had a little practice run, and I trust that this is also giving you already a lot of clarity and support as it is. We're learning how to peel away, especially in this month, this season. As the trees are shedding their leaves, we are also invited to share, where are, what do we need to eliminate? Maybe our body's feeling a little more tired and sluggish. So this is the time for us to learn what doesn't have to go into that winter cave. What can you eliminate, let go, and how to cultivate, like prioritize these micro habits, supporting your vision. There is accountability in the container. So there's like amazing sisters. You have one-on-one accountability as well as group accountability and accountability with me. What else is here? So heart-based entrepreneurs, this is for you. It's very grounded, connected container. We're focusing on a feminine ways of feminine energetics and supported by the masculine masterminding piece of mindset of creating goals, of tracking and having that like hunter ability. and then creating from the feminine. The four pillars that I've based the sacred spiral on is spirituality, and it's developing your intuition, trusting yourself so much that no matter what happens, you've got your vision. Falling in love with the process, with who you're becoming, bringing ceremony, rituals, sex magic in there. That is a practice. We're doing a lot of ancestral healing, especially in this time, this specific month. That's what we're going into. Um, the second pillar is the vision, is having this crystal vision for yourself. What I find a lot with clients, coaching sisters, very often is that the vision is not as clear. We think it is, but it's not. When I start asking very clarifying questions, it's not as clear as it can be. And if we don't have clarity, it loses, it's like Alice in Wonderland, right? If we don't know which way to go, well, anything is the right way, but clarity is powerful. um, Aligning your vision. So you have the vision, you have the mindset, and the micro habits that support that vision. There's integrity, accountability again, and the last two are, some of my favorite ones. Is that activating your yoni, your womb wisdom, creating from pleasure and joy versus an over stressed nervous system that we're creating from stress sometimes. So, how can we create from pleasure, from joy, using sex magic? And again, navigating these cyclical natures. There's a whole like modules of the womb wisdom, and right now I'm adding even more like nutritional aspects into how to regulate our cyclical nature. Like, when is it to peak? When is it to quest and pause? Utilizing that life force. And then the fourth pillar, the last pillar, is the embodiment practices, discovering the wisdom of your body, trusting it, knowing yourself, repatterning. So, tracking these old stories, nervous system. The process and the work is very trauma informed as well, as I've navigated my own personal trauma, drama stories with my business growth, especially. There has been a lot of like, whoa, unpacking childhood traumas around growth and expansion. And so I'm adding that to this as well. And yeah, what else is in here? So this is what you get. There is a whole beautiful container, tribe of women. Again, this collaborative energy, cyclical leadership. Very often, I will invite some of you, very often, to get out of your nests and either host a little circle, a meditation, and put your gifts into practice, and practice holding space for other people, leading from your magic, what lights you up. So, very collaborative containers where we hold ourselves accountable. Um, what does it look like in a very tangible way? There is a live group master heart container every week. So, just like we are right now, it usually runs for like 75 minutes. And there is a mastermind piece to it. There are monthly ceremonies and activations, and you get my Embodied Feminine course and workbook in there as well. And we get like special classes once in a while that I bring guests in, who I've learned from. So I love also, highlighting and bringing my teachers into the room. What else is here? So value, total value, you can go through this. Total value is over $8,000. And for right now, I'm offering it for a monthly of 333 a month. Or if you want to grab a whole season right away, that you're seeing it long term, you can grab a whole season for 111, or there are monthly payments in there. So check this out. And I've got some great um, bonuses are in there, and a bonus that I'm throwing in here right now, that's what's been available, and what I'm including in here is a call with me. So monthly call in here with me, that's worth a lot more than 333 already, but I want to support so much and grow so much that I'm offering a class with me and a special call with me one-on-one right away. There are some beautiful success stories of women who have been through the program with me, who are creating incredible life, and how their businesses have shifted when they're embracing and embodying more of this feminine energetics into their lives. So that's in here. Check it out. And yeah, that's my invitation to you, as if it speaks to you, to join. And I'm going to open it up for some Q&As and also shares of how was this for you. Um, so let me know. And I am also offering another class next week. We're going to be diving into unpacking this a little deeper. So that's what's going to be here next week. And thank you also so much for spending this time with me. I trust that it was fruitful, it was impactful for you. Take this time seriously. It's a beautiful time to dream, to inquire. The veils are so thin. And this is the time more than ever for us to, be the conscious dreamers of this world and weave the new earth together, calling on all the superheroes of the superheroes, how to, really be together in this time that's so pivotal on earth right now. So I'm going to hit a pause here and take some of your questions and takeaways. Thank you all for listening.